Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update. Turkey's Erdogan vows to topple Syria's Assad. And this is November 29, 2016. The scripture reference, this is in regards to the burden of Damascus. Isaiah 17 verse 12. Alas, the uproar of many peoples who roar like roaring of the seas, and the rumbling of nations who rush on like the rumbling of mighty waters. And so if you're interested in further parallel verses regarding the burden of Damascus, check out the entire chapter of Isaiah 17, Amos 1 verses 3 through 5, and Jeremiah 49 verses 23 through 27. And so what we got here is a map essentially of Syria. And if you can follow the cursor here in the middle of the white dot, and just give you an idea of who we're looking at. Okay, what we have up here in the north and towards the east in the yellow, these are the Kurds. The light green, this is the Free Syrian Army. That's down here in the south, a little pocket up here in the northeast. And then we have another pocket in and around Aleppo to the south and to the west of Aleppo. And this light green, this would be the Free Syrian Army, or al-Nusra, or al-Qaeda in Syria. What we have in the red, this would be Russia. This would be the pro-Assad forces. This would be Iran, Hezbollah, and other Shiite groups, including some from Iraq. In the gray and black is ISIS. And up here in the far north and to the west of the Turks, the different shade of green, this would be Turkey. And all of this mess up here in the northern part, in the northwest part of the map, this is Aleppo. And today President Erdogan of Turkey has made some news again with his comments, and his words speak for themselves. Commentary is not necessary, and I quote, "In my estimation, nearly 1 million people have died in Syria. These deaths are still continuing without exception for children, women, and men. Where is the United Nations? What is it doing? Is it in Iraq? No. We preached patience but could not endure in the end and had to enter Syria together with the Free Syrian Army." That would be al-Qaeda in Syria. Al-Nusra. This is the group the United States is supporting. Why do we enter? We do not have an eye on Syrian soil. The issue is to provide lands to their real owners. So he thinks they own that because this is part of the old Ottoman Empire. Aleppo was a big deal back in the Ottoman Empire, and they think it belongs to them. And getting back to Erdogan's comments, that is to say we are there for the establishment of justice. We entered there to end the rule of the tyrant al-Assad, who terrorizes with state terror. In a kind of a close quote, we did not enter for any other reason. This is Recep Erdoğan, and he made these comments at the first Inter-Parliamentary Jerusalem Platform Symposium in Istanbul. And so again, Turkey has joined forces with the Free Syrian Army, or al-Qaeda, in Syria, or al-Nusra. And this is who the United States is supporting as well. And these quotes were taken from Hurriyet News, HurriyetDailyNews.com. That's a Turkish publication, so we got it straight from the state-run media there in Turkey. And then also this map is compliments of liveviewamap.com, Syria.liveviewamap.com. This is a great map because you can pull this up and take a look at pretty much what's going on within the conflict. And I'm going to zoom on down in and around Aleppo. And just look what's going on in and around Aleppo. So again, in the red you have Russia, pro-Syrian forces. This would be the Shiite version with Iran, Hezbollah, and some Shiite groups from Iraq. In the lighter green here, that's the Free Syrian Army. This is who Turkey wants to join. Al-Qaeda in Syria, al-Nusra. In the yellow you have the Turks. In the more hunter, lighter cedar green shade you have Turkey. This is Operation Euphrates Shield. It's gone past the Turkish border south into Syria. gray, you have ISIS, and they're becoming active in other parts of the Middle East, but that's a story for another day. And again, these comments made by Erdogan were during a discussion in the context of a symposium on Jerusalem. And Erdogan went on to further elaborate regarding the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. And I quote, "It is the common duty of all Muslims to embrace the Palestinian cause and protect Jerusalem. Safeguarding the Al-Aqsa Mosque should not be left to children armed with nothing but stones." And you can check out that article from www.timesofisrael.com. And the thing that gets real interesting is that Russia supports President al-Assad of Syria. And now Turkey, Erdogan, wants to overthrow Assad of Syria. Putin has yet to make any public statement on these comments. I'm sure it will be very interesting. And keep in mind, Turkey and Russia are in the process of normalizing relations and economic ties. This is just one big hot mess. And the last scripture reference that I'll finish with is Jeremiah 49 verse 23. "Concerning Damascus, Hamath and Arpad are put to shame, for they have heard bad news. They are disheartened. There is anxiety by the sea. It cannot be calmed." And Hamath and Arpad, that's northern Syria. That's the old northern kingdom of Syria. Arpad's up here on the Syrian-Turkey border. And then Hamath is down here to the south of Aleppo. So these two spots in Jeremiah 49, Hamath and Arpad, they are North Syria. And the problems eventually will spread south down toward Damascus in the south of Syria. So you have Damascus, Hamath, Arpad, Aleppo, and again, one big mess. And if you're interested in scripture references concerning Turkey, modern day Turkey, that'd be Meshech, Tubal, Beth Dagarma, and Gomer. And that's Ezekiel 38 and 39. So this guy keeps making news and makes statements that have significant prophetic implications. Is this the time again? I don't know, but I think we want to pay attention. He wants to make some things happen. Just so happens it lines up with Scripture. So if you're interested, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com. Keyword, Burden of Damascus, Isaiah 17, Turkey, Erdogan, Syria, Assad. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.